Hello everybody, this is the Harbinger here. Welcome back to another video on IdleOn. First off, I just wanted to thank everyone for all the support I've gained the last few weeks. You guys are really amazing and it's really encouraging to keep making content for you guys. So without further ado, let's talk about the topic at hand. When World 6 dropped, I made a video where I talked about the statistical probabilities that the World 6 stone armor stones are better than the World 5 armor stones. And we need to expand somewhat on that topic to get the broader picture. First, two important takes from the comment section in the last video. As Rafael Oliveira pointed out, your chance of success will probably be higher than stated because of the gold bonus feature. So this will skew late luck somewhat in your favor, so the chances are slightly higher than what we are suggesting here. Second, as Mr. Sweet Potato told us, the effect weapon power has on damage compared to your main stat is very diminished when you reach higher tiers, and in World 6 it is probably not even relevant at all. This means we should probably not pay as much emphasis on weapon power when comparing the outcomes. Thanks to Rafael Oliveira and Mr. Sweet Potato for pointing this out to us. Now, next one is this from OPEC1. That suggested we should also look at the calculations for the other World 5 and 6 stones, as they have different stats than the armor stones. And yeah, that's a really good point, so thanks to you for pointing that out. Let's look at the differences between the other stones now. First off, we have the armor upgrade stones. The World 5 stone had 6 main stats, and the World 6 stone has had 10 main stat. So there was a 6 main stat difference there that you gained every success, but you also lost. There was a 4 main stat difference there that you gained if you were successful. While in the weapon upgrade stones, we see that there is only 2 in difference in main stat, and that's actually very little compared to how much more costly it is to not succeed here, and we will get to the effect of that later. Now, lastly, it's the tool upgrade stones. Here is the main stat difference at the 6, which means that the World 6 stone will double the effect of the World 5 stone when successful, which looks pretty powerful before we look at the data. Also, it's worth noting here that for your non-main skill tools, only main stat will actually care about at all, but you might also want to care about the actual skill power outcome here. So we will look at both cases. Let's do weapon upgrade stones first. As I've already explained how to use binomic modeling in the last video, I will not explore that further here. The expected value of the World 6 weapon stone is 36.7 weapon power and 32.1 main stat, while the World 5 stones will give you 30 weapon power and 30 main stat. So if you only compare the expected value, you would expect to get a better result from the World 6 stone than from the World 5 stone. However, here is where it gets a little bit dicey. If we look at the actual outcomes here, we see that there is actually a really good chance that we will get a worse result with the World 6 stones, as there is a 20% chance of having a very good result with ending up with 12 extra main stat. You have the 37% chance of gaining 5 main stat compared to the World 5 stones, but you also have a 28% chance to gain 2 less main stat, and you have a 14.5% chance to get an even worse outcome. So there is a really good chance to actually be disappointed here, and if you don't want to take the chances with these 33% of the time that you will have a bad outcome, you should maybe consider using World 5 stones instead, even though World 6 stones are expected to be better. However, if you're lucky and you are getting an extra slot on a weapon that needs 6 upgrade stones, or if you are upgrading a weapon that is a God shard and you have 7 weapon slots, the numbers are different. With 7 slotter, you have an expected value of 43 weapon power and 47.5 main stats, while the World 5 stones are slightly below that. Now you have 15% chance of getting 14 extra main stat, you have 33% chance of gaining 7 extra main stat, and you have a 30% chance of getting the same result. And that actually skews the bad results a lot in our favor, since the chance of having an equal or better result is now much higher. So here is it only a 17% chance of a very bad outcome. And I think if you have a 7 slot weapon, you should probably use the World 6 stones, unless you are very risk averse and you don't want to chance it at all. That's completely up to you. Now, looking at the marble glass tools, they also have 6 slots, while the gold shard ones have 7. So the probabilities will be the same as in last slide, but the main stat difference here is much larger, with entirely 6 more stats on the World 6 the press stone, which is double at every success. This actually turns out to be really good. With the World 6 main stat, with the World 6 stone, you have a 20% chance of getting double the main stat outcome of the World 5 stone. You have a 37% chance to gain 24 main stat, and you have 28% chance to gain 12 main stat, and 11.6% chance of gaining the same outcome, and 3.2 chance of a bad outcome. And if you're only upgrading tools for the main stat, you should very much just use the World 6 stone. If tool scaling power is important to you, then we have the exact same numbers as in the weapon power stone, since it's only 2 difference between the stones and the chance is the same. So here again is 57% chance of having a better result and 43% chance of having a worse result. So if tool scaling power is important to you, and you know that you are about to be you need to be lucky to push over a certain threshold, you can chance it with the World 6 stones. And if you know that getting below a certain threshold will hurt you, you should maybe not chance it on the World 6 stone, and let's just go for the safe World 5 stone. And yeah, this was quite an eye-opener here. I just before I dug into this data, I just assumed that the World 6 stones generally were better, but as we've seen here with this data, there might be some reason to actually do the World 5 stones instead. So yeah, thanks for watching. I have a pretty neat video coming up the next few days, so I hope you are going to enjoy that, and I hope this video also was useful to you as a supplement to the last video. And yeah, I am the Harbinger, and I am signing out.